What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Crypto here. Now, welcome back to a $1.38 trillion cryptocurrency market, but we're here to talk about XRP. Why is XRP price pulling back? And the latest with the SEC. You are not going to want to miss what I've got in this video for you. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for all of your daily updates when it comes to XRP and everything else going on in the world of cryptocurrency. Subscribe if you're new. And let's get right into it. So here we go on the global cryptocurrency market. 2 points to note: $94 billion worth of volume today, 131% up on the day. And actually our overall market at 1.38 trillion, 2.82% up in the last 24 hours. You can see there Bitcoin did break 37, albeit got a pullback, is around 36.6. We could see this move once again. Time will tell. However, XRP significantly up on volume, $3.7 billion, albeit did get that sell-off down to the 66 range. And a lot of people have messaged me saying, hey, Toby, what's going on with XRP? Why is XRP price pullback? Ultimately, right now, is people are trying to find the big move. Ethereum is on a bit of a run now. We've seen things like Casper running, Tenet running, Solana running. A lot of people are moving the money around to try and catch these pumps. But when it comes to XRP, we've had some pretty big news, albeit I think a lot of people don't understand fundamentally what has happened. So we got a post from James K. Filan on an update for the payment company Ripple Labs and the United States regulatory SEC, and they have submitted their schedules to Judge Annalisa Torres. Now, if you don't know what that means, ultimately they had to come to either an agreement or to basically go to court, and they've both parties, SEC and Ripple, have decided to agree on a schedule, of which is a work through to get to basically a resolution or a settlement. It says here, according to the SEC's letter to the federal judge, which was dated November 9th, both parties have decided that a permissible discovery in the settlement negotiation would encompass events that took place before the US regulatory filed the initial complaint against the crypto payment firm in connection to XRP. So precisely, it is limited to consent to discoveries that are connected to only events that precede the complaint from the SEC. And there's a kind of reason for this, I think. Ultimately, Ripple believe they've got nothing to hide. The main thing that the SEC is trying to argue is the fact of these sales of the XRP ultimately being security. So I think it's quite a smart move for Ripple. They can go and dig around, find what they've not needed, and then ultimately Ripple have the upper hand. Now, here is the official filing. I'm not going to read it. I will leave a link to this in the description, though, if you want to come and check it out for yourself. And it goes through exactly what might happen, and equally the dates and times in which this time frame has to happen, and ultimately stick to it. The summary is here. The SEC may file its brief with respect to remedies at any time, but no later than 30 days after the remedies discovery period. Ripple shall file its opposition 30 days thereafter, and the SEC its reply 15 days thereafter. So ultimately, we're in a space of about 75 days where we could see a settlement. Now, Brad has obviously come out and been very, very vocal about what this looks like, and equally the fact that he is prepared to go to the Supreme Court and ultimately take it on. So we do know 2020 was when the SEC went after it. Of legal costs of about 150 million is what it's cost so far for Ripple. The actual number for the SEC is significantly higher. What we do know is, though, according to Brad Garlinghouse, citing how the company has already spent over 150 million, he says, and I quote, "We'd love to see the Vegas odds on how that would go." Garlinghouse told Bloomberg about the prospect of the Supreme Court eventually weighing in. "We are in it until the end." And I think that's an important factor. And I think this is where the SEC kind of gets to, where Brad is not going to roll over. Obviously, we had the LBRY case in which they lost to the SEC. This one has been very different, to the point where we even know Tom Emner came out in the House and said this yesterday. One of these extrajudicial enforcement cases was the SEC's landmark crypto enforcement against Ripple, alleging that XRP is a security. In July, the Southern District of New York sided against the SEC, asserting that XRP is not itself a security. In August, the United States Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit found the SEC to be acting arbitrarily and capriciously in the refusal to approve Grayscale's Bitcoin spot ETF. So even in Congress, they are talking about this Ripple XRP case. It's a huge landmark, and one I think the SEC cannot afford to lose. Hence why I think they've sought to have this discussion, this timeline, and ultimately, therefore, a discussion with Ripple. Now, they will be granted access to depose witnesses, namely Bracco, based on permissions granted by the court. So they will be allowed to go and kind of depose some of these people, understand understand what went on. And we do know the SEC filed for a potential settlement fee of 770 million, but actually there's a belief that 20 million or lower could settle with a 99.9% success story for Ripple Labs. I actually think if Brad is true to his word, the only way they settle is with an outcome that favors both cryptocurrency and XRP. And we already know they're testing things with it with HSB through Metaco, as well as that financial institution over in Dubai. So huge moves for XRP, and this is probably the last bit of the puzzle. Now, what's going on with the price? Like I said, everybody been messaging me saying, what's going on with XRP? We saw this big sell-off here, driven by news and driven by sentiment. Now, we do have the lower time frame here, the 20-day EMA crossing through these higher time frames, but we're starting to see the reversal come back in. Not a lot of volume sitting around here, so expect this reversal to come back in. As the 200 and 100 flip, we want to see this yellow line come back up and flip the 100. That's going to give us a bullish move on the crossover. Likewise, this smaller time frame crossing back over. So a bullish divergence is exactly what we want to see, and get back into this higher range where we've seen this cross. There was the sell cross, as it were, and then we saw that push down in the market. However, volume and RSI are perfectly ready. And actually this indication here, the purple line above the yellow, does indicate us a positive move up in price. So XRP could be about to see a big push. Again, though, it is one news article away from absolutely going crazy. I talked about this yesterday in my video. So if you want to keep up to date with what's going on with XRP, as well as the wider cryptocurrency market, all you have to do, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on, and smash a like if you like this content. That's how I know you enjoy me covering XRP. And as ever, let's see what happens in the next 24 hours, but it's certainly going to be interesting. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.